Alrighty, today the belief in weight as a sign of health. Yeah, it's not a great one. I see it in so many guys, girls as well, but I'll do the guys for now. Especially guys at the gym, like I see them, and and tradesmen, and well, lots of people really. I need to be big and tough and strong, or at least present that facade, essentially, because it's an outward expression. But internally there's obviously a lot of barriers and things to get through. So, and I see it regularly at the gym that, a guy will get to the gym, he'll weigh himself, some guys, and say they're 80 kilos, and they're big beefy guys, they take reasonable care of themselves. And then they'll go off, do a workout for about 30 minutes, come back and weigh themselves again. Because, muscle weighs more than fat, it's the belief. It is. But how do we put on half a kilo or a kilo in 30 minutes with a workout of exercise? It's not really possible. Like, if you can tell me how to do it, I'll do it. I can do a couple of kilos extra. Sure. Muscle. And the only way really you can do it is food and water. So they're doing 30 minutes of workout and they're drinking half a litre of water, you just put on 500 kilos. Water weight. Yeah. But where does it come from? Where does it stand? Where's the end up? That's the thing. Inevitably, someone who needs to weigh themselves to make themselves feel bigger and stronger and more, essentially more emotionally secure, you'll see them. They've got really tight, really tight muscles around the hips and the spine and sphincter. And it's all based on insecurity. Look at the glandular or the chakra system, it tells us this. And of course, what happens from that one particular point and that belief in weight is a sign of health, then it means that all of the intestines are full of gunk. Because most people have between 5 and 10 kilos of solid fecal matter in their intestines unless they do solid detoxing and focusing on it without even realizing it. And if they're all full, then the organs cannot push down with the peristalsis and all the different actions the body has to get all the gunk out. So then we get emotional insecurity and we're emotionally holding on to our gunk. And of course then we need to get more flow, so we need more fire and more exercise, and that generally is a good thing, but we tend to over-exercise to compensate. And then of course the spleen and the nurturing and our feminine side doesn't even get a look in. So it doesn't help. And then of course we want to feel better, and then if people are putting in what I call science experiment protein powders, and these things are generally chemically induced, then liver and kidneys and circulation are reduced capacity because they're already not working that well, even though they may appear that they're reasonably healthy according to a doctor or straight off vision without actually going internal. What's the result of that? Well, then emotional retardation. Retard means slow. So we're actually slowing down our emotions because our organs are not working at a high rate that it possibly could be, because there's an insecure down the bottom. So, what's the result of that? Well, then once we're all blocked and our organs are not working well, their body doesn't have the freedom of movement and the fluids to move around to detoxify, because liver and kidneys are all chunked up. What does that result in long term? Well, emotional problems with relationships or total disconnection from women altogether. I've been there. And of course, it ends up in a premature death, because as we know, toxins and toxicity in the gut is the was the only cause of all death. And who wants to die early just because we're holding on to our shit? And because we need to feel secure, or at least pretend that pretense to look secure. It doesn't help. So how about we switch that belief on weight, because it's really very limited and very unhelpful. So how about we get more freedom of movement, more emotional security, and drop our crap?